Good morning. It is time for our weekly Facebook Live. This is Carrie from Stamp with CT. I'm so glad you're here, whether you are watching the replay or you are able to join me live. I appreciate you so much. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're ready to craft and connect with me. I have a fun project for you. And it's a masculine project. So I'll wait just a second to see if anybody's able to join. And just a reminder, I'm not able to see comments while I'm actually stamping and creating, but I will go back and answer any questions and say hi. And I just appreciate you joining me today. So we're going to go ahead and jump in with our project. I'm going back to the annual catalog today and using a suite. Let me get this out of the way. I'm using a suite that's on page 144 and 145. And it's a beautiful nautical theme set. Come Sail Away suite of products. So just wanted you to know where that was in the catalog. Let me get that out of the way. And I will bring in the swatch of the Designer Series paper and just let you see. It's some really pretty colors, the balmy blue, night of navy, white. So very pretty nautical theme, but then also some nice neutrals. So if you're not a nautical fan, there's still plenty here that you can use to create with to make really nice projects. And then we have, the stamp set in dies. And I know there's going to be a little bit of a glare. I'm sorry about that. But this is carrying over into the new annual catalog that will be released June the 3rd. And I will be able to show you a little sneak peek of that in a minute. But this bundled price is going to be retiring. So while you'll still be able to purchase these items after June 3rd, they won't be bundled and you won't be able to save 10%. So just wanted to let you know that. And I'm not using the dies today, just the stamp set, but they coordinate beautifully together. Then there's also these little trinkets, and I think I've used most of the anchors, but there's little ship's wheels and anchors, and those are retiring too. They're really cute, and they're flat enough that if you use them on your project, you're still going to be able to mail them for just the standard postage. So I did decide to go ahead with a masculine theme today because I have some graduates that I need to make cards for. And I've also, in my stamp class this past weekend, we did it in a virtual classroom, a Facebook group. We made this card, which is a Dutch door. Whoops, I have it wrong. It's a Dutch door. And so it opens like this. And this is actually made with the Peaceful Poppies. And I'm really loving this fold. So I thought I could make a graduation card with that and these more masculine products. So this is what I came up with. And I just oriented it back the other way. So it says congrats on the outside. And then you've got your inside sentiment as well with that beautiful font. It's super easy. So this is what we're going to be creating today. And I think what I'll do too, right before we get started on our project, is I'll show you the catalog. This is our new annual catalog. And like I said, it will go live on June the 3rd. I'm hoping that's not too much of a glare for you. So if you do not have a demonstrator and you would like a complimentary catalog, just send me a message and I'll get your information. I'll be glad to get one out to you. This is filled with tons of brand new product. It's just a beautiful catalog. And there's so many ideas inside for you. So we are going to start with our card base. And most of the time I use just the standard 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So that's what this started out to be, half a sheet of cardstock. And then it's scored at 4 1/4. I put it back in my trimmer and I cut at 2.5 up to that score line and then down the score line to take this piece out to actually make the Dutch door. So we'll set that aside. I do need to use my bone folder. Make sure that's got a good crisp fold. That really makes a difference. So we'll set that aside. Then we have this piece that we're going to need for punching in a little bit. And I hear the train coming through. That's just real life, you guys. So then this piece is 4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then the piece that we need for the top is 4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. Then I have a piece of Whisper White for the inside that's 4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then just some scraps. This is Balmy Blue and Whisper White that we're going to do our stamping on. So I think the first thing we'll do is adhere the panels to the inside. And I love to use my liquid glue. If you've crafted with me, you know that. It just gives me a chance to get things exactly where I want them before it's completely adhered. Okay, and then we'll put the Designer Series paper. Now this is going to come together quickly, y'all. I don't think I'm going to keep you long at all today, but I love this fold and I hope you do too. In our stamp class this past Saturday, it was really fun because people made a lot of projects and recreated what I demonstrated, so that always makes me super happy. So if you make this card, be sure and drop a picture of it in the comments on this video. That would be awesome. And we'll put that piece on the front. I love this bold stripe. I think I'm going to do this like this so I can see how to line it up a little bit better. You may be able to hear the birds chirping outside. It's a really pretty day here. I think it's going to get up to about 88. And then tomorrow, more rain. I've had so much. Sorry about the train. Okay, we are ready to do some stamping and punching. Let me put my glue away. And I have a Night of Navy ink pad that we'll be using for all of our stamping. So I'm going to start with this beautiful lighthouse image. And we don't need all of it, but I'll go ahead and stamp it so that we can just select the part that we need. And then we also need our sentiment. And this is actually for the inside. And it says, "Set sail in the direction of your dreams." It's really pretty. You'll notice as I'm inking up, I'm making sure to move around the ink pad, make sure I've got good ink coverage on my stamp. And when I stamp, I go straight down, hold for 5-6 seconds to let that ink transfer, and then pull straight up. And that's how you can get a really good image. And then the congrats stamp. Get that down, and I just hand cut that out. I tend to do that. I like the look of that. Get my ink pad to close here. So now we'll do some punching. I do have my Starburst punch that we're going to punch from this piece of Night of Navy, the scrap from what we cut from our card base. And this punch is retiring, and y'all, I am so sad. I love this punch, and I use it so much, and I believe it's still available. So if you do not have it, I would highly recommend you adding that to your stash. It pairs perfectly with the 2-inch circle punch, which is what we're going to use next to get our lighthouse. And we just need that top part. And I kind of came over a little bit so that I have room to add my sentiment. And then we also need, this is the 1/2-inch circle punch for our greeting. And I did that way too close to the edge. Let's try that again. Didn't realize that. That's okay. Paper has 2 sides for a reason. And I may still have gotten it pretty close, but I think it's going to work for us. So we'll get that lined up. Okay, that's better. That just shows you that I'm not perfect, and that's okay. It's not perfect, it's handmade, is what I like to say. So we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of the lighthouse and line that up on the Starburst. So I just love how that pairs with the Starburst. That's why I'm gonna miss this so much, you guys. Look at that. It's just perfect to give it a little bit of border and help that to pop. So that goes there. So that means on the inside is where we're going to put this little sentiment. Isn't that pretty? So I like that we're able to have that on the inside. Try to get that straight. There's still plenty of room to write my message. And then on this side, if I'm giving a gift card, I can just adhere that gift card over to this left side. So kind of a gift card holder too. Okay, so next what I'm gonna need is to find my dimensionals over here. And since I want to place this over, and part of it will be showing in the back, I'll put the dimensionals on this part. And that way, I know for sure they won't be showing through to the back. And then I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get the backings off. And then I'll be able to make sure that that bottom sentiment is covered and add my lighthouse image. So then we know for sure no dimensionals on the back. And then our last step is to come in, and I like to just hand cut around sentiments, especially these little ones. Just like the way that looks. And again, it's not perfect, but that's okay. And this time, let me find my mini dimensionals. Did you know we have 2 sizes? These come in really handy when you're doing like these little small sentiments. Now you can go in and cut your regular dimensionals if you want to, and use the edges and stuff, but these minis make it really nice for the smaller things. And we'll come in and add that sentiment. And you know what? We are done, y'all. And hey, it looks pretty close to my original card. So what's great is when you're cutting your cardstock in half, you're going to get 2 card bases. A lot of times when I'm making a card, I go ahead and make 2 anyway. Then I have one when I need it. So I'm ready for 2 graduations. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you are not a follower of my Facebook page, you can go to the top of my page and like and follow my Facebook page. I would appreciate that. If you have a friend that you think would enjoy this project, I would really appreciate you sharing this video with them. And I hope that you will come back and join me next Wednesday for another Facebook Live and a chance to craft and create together. And hope to see you then. Have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon.